Here we go. Welcome back to Nick Lenz's Comic Corner, classic less known classic. This is episode number 2903, Doubleshot number 2797. Now we got pretty much two DC Ultimate Universe trades. First that we have is Fairest Volume 1, Wide Awake. Yeah, this contains the first 7 issues of the Fairest ongoing series. Yeah. It's, those of, now, I reviewed volumes 2 and 3 of this series already. Yes, I have. Yeah, I reviewed this in, it was the second and third trade. So, in a way, I've kind of discussed the issues, like, 8 to, like, 20. Yes. Wide Awake is basically... Now, the opening story of this book takes place after issue 107 of Fables. Yes. So, in this Wide Awake, so we first start off with basically, it looks like to be like, it's called Prince of Thieves. Now, I read the description of this. This does not exactly match, basically, like... Yeah, so... What's up with, like, this ruined city, and I think this is supposed to be Alibaba, about Genie and Wake Up a Sleeping Beauty, and of course there's this other guy in the book, too. I mean, he's two sleeping, beautiful ladies. So first he kisses the one who's basically a white, kisses the Snow White woman, and then kisses the redhead woman. But then nothing happens, and of course the guy attacks him, and then the redhead wakes up in the issue. Yeah, and it's kind of an interesting set of issues per se. Yeah, all about Snow Queen, and really interesting set of issues per se. Nothing really bad here, per se. It's just like we have a Aladdin story. It's basically 6 issues, which I find very interesting. And then, like, the last issue of this book, issue 7, is all about basically Beauty and the Beast in present day, where they're just solving a detective story. Now, I should point out, though, the opening writer of this book, the guy who writes the opening 6 issues, is Bill Willingham. The artwork is by Phil Jimenez, and the ink is by Andy Lenning. The last issue of the book, issue 7, which is basically a noir detective story, this is by Matthew Stern, art by Sean McManus, who also has the colors too. Adam Hughes is the amazing cover for this book. Like, yeah, that's Adam Hughes. It's gross, but it's a gorgeous cover. Yeah, great book. I thoroughly enjoy this, and I give this roughly a 9 out of 10. And with that, I'm almost done reviewing Fairest. You're thinking, okay, how much is left to go? There's actually 2 left to go. Yes, there is. Here's the thing about the Fairest book. That the best way to describe what was going on, when I got into this book, it was like a little over halfway through the series when it came out, because I didn't start reading Fables and the spin-offs until like 2014, I think it was. So about 2 years into this very title was when I was able to read it, and I was shocked when this book ended. Not sure why it ended, it just did after like about 3 years. And yes, I do know the fact that Bill Willingham put the Fables book into public domain. Oh, and the reason? Because basically it's over the publication rights. The reason why, because we pick a property, but it was over a dispute with DC Comics, because they thought they had the right, despite the fact it was actually his book. Because anything published on Vertigo, the way it's supposed to work is that it's whoever published anything under Vertigo, a lot of it, if it's original, like Fables, for example, the creator owns it. They ran into it with Sandman. where Neil Gaiman, anything related to the Sam universe is all controlled by Neil Gaiman, which of course DC respects that, but not Bill Willingham. Despite the fact that the Fables ongoing series was probably one of the longest running titles under Vertigo before it collapsed. And of course, they brought it back for a 12-issue mini limited series. And that's it for that one. So next up we have is another Ultiverse title. This time being called, basically we have Bombshells United, which contains issue 7 through 12 of the ongoing series. Yeah, this one, unlike in the case of Fairest, which has 2 regular graphic novels and original, this only has 1 more left. And then we're done with this one. So, Warbound, written by Margaret Savage, artwork by Salom, Stephen Byrne, Markia Uffado, Sandy Draw, David Hahn, Rich Ortiz. The cover is done by the Dotsons, Tara Rachel. So, the opening story, now, basically War Bonds. It's basically like a 2 parts, it's parts 1 and 2. It's basically like issue 7. It's basically about the Batgirls, where they just do their own thing in 1943. Also, we also, in this particular story here, Black Adam appears in the story, and he gives a lightning bolt to Batwoman, which basically drives the story. And of course, you work with Renee Montoya here. Now, the War Bond story itself takes up pretty much the whole book itself, because it's a lot of basically like good espionage, a lot of good like Indiana Jones style stories, but told with the women. But still a pretty good book. And Black Adam is kind of the main villain of the book per se, but nothing really bad here. It's just a fun book. I do recommend it. Give this book a 9 out of 10. So I just went quite short, but it's not really a lot to talk about these 2 books. Okay, so that's the episode of you. Please be sure to like, comment, subscribe, turn notifications, and do the dislike button. Next up, we have 2 more comic corners, and I'll call it a night. Okay? Next video. Bye.